Today I want to do the video about the Airbnb situation. I know I was holding off on that because I was waiting to see what the resolution would be, and it appears that there is no positive resolution on our end. So let me start from the beginning though. Why you need to be careful when you book Airbnb, and how, if we could do it over again, what we would do differently. So the first thing, we booked our Airbnb way in advance, like 3 months in advance. And during that time, we decided, because sometimes, when your bank account gets so many subscriptions going out from it, you just don't know where the money's going. So we decided to change our bank account, switched everything over, and our Airbnb payment modifications, I forgot to make those changes. So our original booking was canceled. We had no idea. I didn't have my proper email on there, anything. So yeah, that's my fault. But so it got accidentally canceled. Apparently they had sent us a notification. I had no idea. So I was on the plane on our way to Portugal, and I was looking at the reservation to see where's the address where we need to go. And it said, no, you have no bookings. You have no trips. So of course I was, as you can imagine, freaking out inside. And I was like, what happened? And, figured out that it was the bank account, canceled it, and Airbnb took it as we canceled it. So I reached out to the host and I said, hey, we didn't intentionally do this. We're so sorry. Can we still come and use that money that we've already paid you towards the fee and just continue to pay you the next part of the fee? She said no. So she literally said, I'm going to keep the money, even though you haven't used any of these nights with me. I'm going to keep that money and move on. Okay. Can we not get a refund? Oh no, the cancellation policy. I'm sorry, I can't refund you, basically is what she told us. Cancellation policy is no refund. So at this point in time, I'm not even thinking about going to Airbnb and going through support and travel insurance and all of that. I'm just like, okay, where are we gonna be tonight? Because we are about to get off this plane. So I'm looking online and trying to find another place, and I found another place in the same area, and it said beach home. And I thought, okay, looks similar. Looks like, I can see the beach from there. But I was in a hurry. I was in a rush. And okay, so we booked it. The host seemed to be happy we booked it. We were happy, he accepted. And we get there, and it is not close to the beach. It's like a mile or more away driving. And excuse me, you cannot walk there. You can't walk there. It's up and down hills and very narrow streets, and you just might get run over. Okay, it was one of those kind of windy street area. If you've ever been to Portugal, you know what I mean. If you know, you know. So the minute, we didn't even know how far the beach was at this point. We're in the Airbnb, and my husband and I look at each other like, this is not gonna work. Just the accommodations. It was dark, it was dank, and just not it was rustic. So we're like, well, we can stay for a couple of nights. We'll be gracious and conscientious of, we did book, and we'll stay for a few nights. And so we let the host know. So we don't plan on staying the whole 12 days. We're just going to stay for a couple of nights. He's like, oh, okay, but just think about it. Just think about it and let me know sometime in a couple of days. And we're like, so they're like, hey, we'll move you up from this lower room, because the room was on a lower level and it was dark. We'll move you up to a higher, higher level, the second level of this duplex, which has more light, which was much better. But still the fact that I could not hear the ocean. We could not hear the ocean. We could not really see it. You can, but you have to really look far to the distance to see it. It just wasn't exactly how we wanted to spend our whole vacation. So we're like, yeah, thank you, this is better, but we are still gonna cut this short. We're not gonna stay a whole 12 days here. So we're like, we're gonna leave on the 4th. So we put in a modification of the reservation, right? From April 30th to May 4th instead of April 30th to May 12th. The host wants to message on WhatsApp. Now, this is a red flag. When your host says, let's message on WhatsApp, do not agree. Because if you message on WhatsApp, you do not have a record of the conversation. The conversation record protects you when you keep it on the Airbnb platform. So just remember that. Never cancel your reservation if they ask you to, and never take it off of Airbnb. Keep it on Airbnb. So he says, let's chat on WhatsApp. So we're chatting on WhatsApp. I said, hey, please recognize that I put in a modification to change the Airbnb from April 30th to May 4th. He responds with a long thing insulting my intelligence and how great his place is and how he's a super host and all this crap, and how we should be so grateful to be in his place. And I said, I appreciate all you've done. I appreciate you've moved us from the bottom to the top. But when we booked this, we thought it was a beach house because you have it labeled as beach house. It is far from the beach. So he took offense to that. Of course, I was trying to be as polite as I possibly could. And he said, well, I hope you know that we cannot honor this modification unless you stay until May the 6th. We were not planning to stay till May the 6th, and we did not stay till May the 6th, but we agreed that we would pay an extra 2 nights for him to modify the reservation. We're charging the car right now. That's why you're seeing lights on me. But anyway, he's like, yeah, I'll agree to that. I'll accept that. Well, when I put in the modification, he deleted it. Then I did it again and he denied it. Then I called Airbnb support and they said, what do you want us to do? It's a no cancel reservation, basically. Then they said, oh, we'll try to help you. We'll try to help you. Do you have proof of this conversation? So I sent them a screenshot from the WhatsApp message, and still to this point, and now it is May the 11th, we are not getting any refund. They are not supporting us. They said there's nothing they can do because of the cancellation policy. Now, we've been with Airbnb for 6 years. We've used their services and never had this problem. Never. 2 in a row. And we've lost quite a bit. So just want to warn you, if you are booking travel plans and you're planning to use Airbnb, be really sure of how many nights you're going to stay, and be really, really sure of where you're going to stay. Look over those reviews, look over those pictures, ask questions, because you cannot get out of it and you will not be refunded. Just so you know. learn from our mistakes, and don't get swindled, because Airbnb will not support you. So that's our story. Thanks for listening to my rant. See you later. Bye.